Okay, let me ask you something. Have you, our listener, ever suffered from a truly debilitating case of, well, chronic overnutrition?
Yeah, sounds ridiculous.
Totally. Like saying you're suffering from too much oxygen or something.
Yeah, like, oh no, I won the lottery again. It sounds absurd. And yet, that's kind of where we're heading today. This strange idea is at the heart of the modern fatty liver epidemic.
Right. Because when most people hear fatty liver, they probably think, alcohol, heavy drinking.
Historically, yeah, that was the main link. Absolutely.
But the vast majority of cases today, they've got nothing to do with booze. It's caused by, well, something different, an abundance of something else.
Uh-huh. So our mission really is to cut through all the jargon, all the confusing risk factors doctors list, all that background noise.
Yeah, the smoke detector that's always beeping.
Exactly. We need to find the actual fire behind this huge metabolic problem that's affecting so many people. Stop swatting at the smoke, look at the flames.
Okay, so let's start with that confusion. The medical diagnosis part. You go in, maybe you have some symptoms, maybe not, and they run tests.
And they often list things like type 2 diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure.
Right.
But they list them as separate risk factors for the liver issue, not as, interconnected symptoms of one bigger underlying problem.
Which is kind of a weird framing, isn't it? It compartmentalizes everything.
It really does. It suggests you treat the blood pressure here, the blood sugar there, the liver fat over there. Like, they aren't all screaming about the same metabolic bonfire.
And the name itself has gotten more complicated, too. Used to be NAFLD, right?
Yeah.
Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Simple enough.
Yeah, NAFLD. But apparently that wasn't confusing enough.
Yeah, apparently not.
So now there's this push towards MH, which stands for, get this, metabolic dysfunction associated steatohepatitis.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot.
It is, and it basically just means fatty inflamed liver because of a metabolic issue. It's
Right.
just a much longer way of saying it.
And it probably doesn't help the average person figure out what on earth they're supposed to do about it.
Not at all. It kind of obscures the simple root cause, I think. Leaves people confused.
So before we get to that root cause, maybe quickly run through the symptoms. Because often people don't even know they have it, right?
Yeah, that's the tricky part. Symptoms are often vague or non-existent until it's pretty advanced. You might just feel really, really tired, like deep fatigue.
Going tired.
Exactly. Or maybe just a weird dull ache or discomfort up in the top right part of your belly.
Okay.
Sometimes brain fog, cognitive issues, that can be scary. Less often, maybe a yellowish tint to the skin, or even hot, itchy feet, believe it or not.
Huh. Weird.
But probably the most visible sign often is that gut fat, that noticeable belly fat accumulating. It's literally fat spilling off the overworked liver.
Right. So the big critique here is that the standard approach is like treating the smoke detector.
Perfect analogy. Yeah. You're treating the high blood pressure with one pill, the high blood sugar with another, maybe something for cholesterol.
Yeah.
But you're not looking at the engine that's overheating and causing all those problems.
And that way, you end up on multiple meds, potentially for life, instead of maybe addressing the one thing that's actually driving the whole train wreck.
Precisely. You never actually turn off the fire.
Okay, so let's talk about the fire. What actually is this chronic overnutrition thing, besides a funny-sounding phrase?
So it's not just eating too much in general, like too many calories overall. That's the old thinking. It's specifically too much of non-nutritious excess.
Not nutritious. Okay, unpack that.
It means getting way too many calories from things that don't actually nourish your body with essential vitamins, minerals, fatty acids, amino acids. Think excess sugar, especially fructose,
All right.
excess starch, like refined carbohydrates, and potentially excess industrial seed oils.
So things you technically can eat, but you can't actually live on healthily long-term
Yeah.
because they lack the crucial micronutrients. They're just filler.
Exactly, an abundance of filler. And the things that really, really hammer the liver directly, it's the stuff that makes up a huge chunk of the standard modern diet.
Let me guess. Breads, pasta.
Oh, yeah. Breads, pasta, cereal, crackers, biscuits, waffles, pancakes, you name it. And the big one, industrial sugars, especially high fructose corn syrup found in sodas and processed foods.
Okay, and there's something specific about fructose, isn't there, compared to glucose from starch?
Yes, this is super important. See, when you eat glucose, pretty much every cell in your body can use it for energy. Your muscles, your brain, they're happy to use it.
Right, standard fuel.
But fructose, it's different. Your liver is basically the only organ equipped to handle large amounts of fructose.
So it all gets dumped there.
Pretty much. When you flood your system with excess fructose, like from sugary drinks or lots of processed foods, the liver gets overwhelmed. It has no choice but to take that energy load and convert it directly into fat.
And that's fatty liver.
That process is called de novo lipogenesis, making new fat. And yeah, that fat building up in the liver, that's the start of fatty liver disease.
Okay, that makes sense chemically, but then how do you explain the advice you sometimes see online, even from reputable-sounding sources, blaming things like red meat or eggs for fatty liver?
Oh, don't get me started. It's incredibly frustrating. That advice nearly always comes from one place: observational studies.
Okay, and observational studies are?
Basically the weakest form of scientific evidence. They just look for correlations. They might ask thousands of people to fill out a questionnaire about what they ate over the last year.
Which nobody can remember accurately.
Exactly. Recall bias is huge. And then they see if people who reported eating more meat also happen to have more heart disease or fatty liver or whatever.
But they don't control for anything else.
That's the massive flaw. These studies are notorious for ignoring confounding variables. Did the person eating the steak also eat a huge pile of fries cooked in seed oil?
Right. Or drink a giant soda.
Or smoke? Or live a sedentary lifestyle? Or eat tons of sugar with their meals? They often isolate one food, like meat or eggs, and blame it, ignoring the entire dietary pattern of processed junk it was likely consumed with.
So these studies are essentially worthless for making policy.
For causation, pretty much.
Yeah.
They can generate hypotheses, maybe, but using them to tell people red meat causes fatty liver is misleading, especially when you ignore the context.
And doesn't history kind of back that up? Like, when did this fatty liver epidemic really explode?
Exactly. It exploded after the big public health push in the late 20th century to reduce saturated fat and cholesterol, meaning less red meat, fewer eggs.
And what did people replace it with?
Low-fat products packed with sugar and refined carbohydrates, and lots more vegetable oils. The timeline completely contradicts the idea that meat and eggs are the primary drivers.
And what happens when people actually do cut out the refined carbs and sugar?
Well, there's solid clinical data showing that putting people with fatty liver on a low-carb, nutrient-dense diet can slash the fat in their liver by like 50% in just a few weeks.
Wow. So the liver starts healing almost immediately when you remove the offending fuel.
Instantly. The body knows how to heal if you give it the right materials and stop pouring gasoline on the fire.
Okay, that was the problem, the confusion, the bad science.
Yeah.
Let's talk solutions. The liver's healing A-team. Foods that actually help get the fat out.
Yes. The good stuff. The foods packed with the micronutrients the liver desperately needs to detoxify and repair itself.
All right, let's build the list. Coming in at number 5.
Number 5, we've got grass-fed red meat, beef, lamb.
The supposed villain.
Ironic, isn't it? But it's crucial for helping restore metabolic function, addressing those insulin and blood sugar problems. Plus, it's packed with high-quality protein, zinc, copper, and something called coenzyme Q10.
CoQ10. What does that do for the liver?
It's vital for energy production within the liver cells themselves. Helps them function properly and repair damage. Think of it as helping recharge the liver's batteries.
Got it. Okay, number 4.
Eggs, specifically the yolks.
Another one they tell you to limit.
Yep, but the key nutrient here is choline.
Choline. Why is that important?
Choline is absolutely essential for fat metabolism in the liver. It acts like a little transport vehicle. It packages up fat droplets in the liver cells and helps ship them out so they can be used elsewhere.
So without enough choline, the fat just gets stuck there.
Pretty much builds up, yeah. And egg yolks are one of the richest sources of choline available, plus 0 carbs.
Nice. Okay, number 3.
Cruciferous vegetables, things like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts.
The usual suspects for healthy eating.
Right, but especially good are fermented versions, like sauerkraut. The fermentation boosts compounds that support liver detoxification pathways.
Oh, interesting.
And also things like arugula. That bitter flavor helps stimulate bile flow, which aids digestion and fat processing. Plus, the fiber helps your gut microbiome and blood sugar.
Good stuff. Number 2.
Wild-caught fatty fish. Think salmon, sardines, mackerel. Bingo! High in protein, yes, but the real stars are the omega-3 fatty acids. They are powerfully anti-inflammatory, directly helping to cool down the inflammation in the liver caused by all that fat buildup.
And things like cod liver or cod liver oil.
Even better if you can stomach it. Super concentrated sources of omega-3s and vitamins A and D, which are also crucial for liver health.
Okay, almost at number 1.
Yeah.
But you mentioned another cruciferous hero.
Ah, yes. A specific one. Broccoli sprouts. Tiny little things, but incredibly powerful.
More powerful than regular broccoli.
They contain way higher concentrations of a compound called sulforaphane.
Sulforaphane.
That's
Yeah.
amazing stuff. It acts like a master switch, turning on hundreds of detoxification genes, especially in the liver. It also really helps with blood sugar control, lowering A1C.
So, like, sprinkle those on that arugula salad.
Perfect combo. Get the bile flow going with the arugula and boost detox with the sprouts.
All right, the suspense is killing me. We've had
Yeah.
meat, eggs, veggies, fish. What's the #1 ultimate liver healing food? The biggest surprise.
Okay, brace yourself. Because the #1 most powerful food to help your liver get rid of fat is the exact food conventional wisdom tells you is terrible for you.
No.
Yes. Grass-fed liver, beef liver, lamb liver.
Get out. Liver itself.
Absolutely. The very thing people are scared of because of cholesterol or whatever outdated advice they heard.
Why? What makes it #1?
Remember choline, the fat transporter.
Yeah, from the egg yolks.
Beef liver has more choline than any other food on the planet, by far.
Wow.
Plus, it's incredibly nutrient-dense overall. Low carb, packed with B vitamins, iron, copper, zinc, selenium, all the specific trace minerals the liver needs to reduce fat, fight inflammation, and actually rebuild itself. It's like the ultimate multivitamin for liver repair.
So the absolute best meal you could eat for a fatty liver is kind of intense sounding.
Yeah. Picture this. Some grass-fed liver, maybe cooked with onions and garlic, served next to a big arugula salad piled high with broccoli sprouts, maybe a side of sauerkraut. And heck, why not crack a fried egg on top?
That is a nutrient bomb. The complete opposite of the modern processed diet.
It's the ultimate nutritional counterpunch to chronic overnutrition. It proves the solution isn't avoiding whole foods, it's embracing them and ditching the industrial filler.
Okay, let's wrap this up. The core message here seems incredibly contradictory to standard advice, doesn't it?
Totally. The problem fatty liver is driven by an excess of foods that are basically devoid of real nutrition. Sugar, refined flour, industrial oils.
Stuff that fills you up but doesn't nourish you.
Exactly. And the solution involves flooding your body with the most nutrient-dense foods imaginable, including the very foods like liver and eggs that have been wrongly blamed for decades based on flimsy science.
It really forces you to step back and rethink what food even means when you walk down a modern grocery store aisle, doesn't it? We got so focused on calories, fat, grams, carbs.
That we completely forgot about the actual nutrients our organs need to function and heal. We focused on avoiding perceived harms instead of seeking out essential nourishment.
So the final thought for everyone listening. If a major modern disease is caused by eating too much stuff that lacks essential nutrients, maybe the biggest dietary threat we face today isn't actually scarcity or starvation anymore.
Yeah.
Is it possible that the key to health isn't just about eating less volume, but fundamentally about eating less? Well, nothing. Less filler, less processed emptiness. What does that mean for how we should actually eat?